Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, May 28th, and we are here answering your financial questions. Now, these can be wide-ranging. You know, you hear a lot of people come on and they talk about retirement, but I'm also happy to have you come on and talk about something earlier in your financial journey. Maybe you're trying to buy your first home. Maybe you're trying to determine whether renting is actually a better idea for you than buying. Maybe you're thinking about changing careers. Maybe you are looking at 2 different job offers. Whatever is going on that you think could use an extra set of ears and eyes on the situation, well, Mark and I are here for you. We're both certified financial planners and we love talking to you. So if you have a question, go to jillonmoney.com, click the Contact Us button, and write us a note. That's the email we get. Now, if you'd like to join us live, just check the box. Mark will do everything else. Now, you might as well go ahead and just bookmark jillonmoney.com because there you will see we've got content that is refreshed all the time. Blogs, other shows. We've got a radio show. We've got another podcast. There are videos. There are links to books, all that good stuff right on the front door of our website. So you might want to check it out. And of course, keep that bookmarked. Today, we are joined by Bob and Kat. They are from New York. And we just want to thank you. We're not even going to say what part of New York, because the part of New York that you say you're from feels like very knowable to those in the know. So I'm not even going to say. I'm just going to say you're from New York City. So welcome to the program, you two. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jill and Mark. I really appreciate you taking my call.
So what's going on?
Not much. So I'm closer to retirement now. I'm like about a year and a half away. So I want to kind of show you what I have so far, and let's see what you think.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 51 years old.
What do you mean you're 1.5 years away?
Yeah.
You're so young.
It's been a long time coming. I'm looking forward to this. So as I'm getting older, I'm seeing different things. I lost my mother last year, at the end of last year, and I'm just want to try to see how I can, just enjoy life a little more. That changed my mind a little about things a little bit.
Sure. I understand. A lot of those milestones occur and it makes you rethink what you're doing. Absolutely.
Yes.
So, Bob, you are 51. How old are you, Kat? Is Kat speaking or are you speaking for Kat?
I'm speaking for her. She's at work, unfortunately.
Okay. And how old is she?
She's 48.
Is she working full time?
She is.
Will she also retire in a year and a half?
So at the moment, because my youngest one is still in high school, we're thinking at least she'll stay working until she goes into college.
Okay, got it. And so how much does Kat earn right now?
She makes around $65K a year.
I presume just because of your age and the way that you're like, I'm psyched and ready, that you are entitled to a pension. Is that correct?
Yes, I do have a pension.
So tell me about the pension. Will that be so in a year and a half, will you be able to get that pension?
That's correct.
And how much will that be?
I estimate around $9,500 to $10,000 a month.
Does that include that $9,500 to $10,000? Will you also be covered with health insurance?
Yes, I will have my health insurance. Yes.
Okay. So that $9,500 to $10,000 a month, is that net of the health insurance, or should I make sure that we're adding that in when it comes to your expenses?
That will be net.
Okay. So, all right. So you've got that income. You will have your wife's income for another few years. In addition to the pension, Bob, what else have you guys saved?
So far, we have about 1.7 in a Roth.
Just in a Roth. Way to go. Mark's laughing. Do you hear him snickering in the background? I knew that's, I am just laughing right now. Okay. So 1.7 million in a Roth. Mark is chuckling because he's like, look at this guy. He has so much money saved. What else do you have, Bob?
About 900,000 among our 457 traditional IRA and 401k.
What else do you have? Is that it for the retirement accounts?
That's also I have about 125 in a 529 plan. That's not retirement though.
How many kids do you have?
We have 3, 18, 16, and a 15.
Is there any other money that you have saved in addition to that 529? Because even if you go to a really good public school, you can't pay for 3 educations with $125,000. So what other money have you saved?
Right now we have about 600 in taxable brokerage, and maybe about 50,000 in like cash.
And do you have any other properties besides your primary residence?
No, that's pretty much it. In New York City, it's expensive, so pretty much we can only deal with this right now.
How much is your primary worth?
It's worth like in the mid 800, I think.
Do you have a mortgage that remains on this house?
I actually do have a mortgage. I'm paying it off by the time I retire. It should be all paid off.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm not even going to include that. And you want to stay in this place because you have kids, so you're going to stay there.
Yeah, for the time being.
I was just going to say, so certainly until the 15-year-old is through and you know what's happening next, right?
Yes, that's
okay.
That's kind of a plan.
So, Bob, how much money were you making? You have a big pension amount, but what's your salary right now for the next year and a half?
I would estimate around $2.25, $2.25 a year.
Okay. Your wife, as you said, makes $65,000. And when you gave me the numbers, the Roth and the traditional and all the retirement accounts, that was including hers as well, right?
Yeah, I bundle it together pretty much.
Okay. It's so hard for me to ask this question because you have 3 kids that you're still supporting, but what do you estimate your spending to be on a monthly basis?
I estimate them around $8,000 a month.
That's it?
Yeah. We are pretty frugal, I guess.
I guess so. Okay. So obviously if you're going to have, let's just even bring it down. Like if you're going to have a pension of $9,500 and your wife's going to keep working $9,500 a month, and your wife's going to keep working, making this $65,000 and your expenses are only $8,000 a month, you're fine. So that really is amazing.
Okay.
So you know that, right? Like you feel like that's all good, right?
So there's another reason why I'm also trying to get more advice from you guys. I'm thinking about possibly relocating to.
We don't want you to leave. We want you to stay in New York. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to leave.
Well, you and Mark will understand this. The tax rate, everything is very high, and I'm concerned about the 900,000 of, I guess, for the traditional before tax money, and what I'm going to do with it. So this is why I'm considering something like a Texas or maybe even a Florida.
This guy, he's willing to move.
I mean, can I ask you a dumb question?
Yeah,
you ready?
Sure.
If you did not have any tax, let's say all things being equal, tax rates were the same every single state in the union, where would you live?
I guess because I have more family here, I would consider staying.
All right, let me just say this. I never give advice to move to a different state to save on taxes to someone who has plenty of money, which you have plenty of money, okay? So if you choose to do that and you choose to move for tax purposes, that is not something I ever even contemplate. You're in this amazing situation where you can live anywhere and you'll be very happy and you can take your money out. And if you feel like, oh my God, this is terrible, I'm paying too much in taxes, it drives me crazy every single year, then go ahead, move to Texas or Florida or move to New Hampshire or move to Washington State, move to one of those places where there's no state income tax. It will be a better financial decision. It is, as my mother would say to you, a very long way from Midtown, which makes the decision a difficult one. So, I mean, listen, if you are telling me I hate my job so much, I can't stand being in the cold climate, and all I want to do is move away, and all of my family lives in Florida, then that's something different.
Right.
But you have plenty of money to be able to do whatever you want. So from my perspective, the beauty of having that money is not having to make a decision about where to live based on taxes. Have you ever lived anywhere else but New York?
No.
Okay. So this would be quite a move. So if you are really considering this, okay?
So I'm actually was just thinking of the mindset of like a snowbird. Maybe I keep so we still have the place here, and maybe considering either renting or maybe purchasing a new home in another state like Texas and Florida. and then maybe go back and forth and travel and stuff. And
Okay. Well, you have to be there for
cost-
you have to be
cost
there.
of carrying another residence is going to offset anything you save in taxes.
Exactly. So so doing that, you'd have to spend more than 6 months in that place. And you have the expense of carrying the second place, which is going to more than eat up any savings you'll have in taxes.
Got it.
Right? Now, again, you want to go rent there? You want to go see what it's like? Go live let me go see, let's just say it's a couple of years from now. And you're like, you know what? Let's go rent a place in Florida for 3 months. Just see what it's like. Do not make any big decisions you don't need to make the decision to move to a different state to avoid taxes because you're in such good shape already. You are in such good shape. You don't have to be consumed with how to maximize your tax situation. You should live where you want to live. And if you want to move to Florida, you want to move to Texas, great. But if you really want to stay in New York, you can absolutely afford to stay in New York.
Okay.
All right.
No, I'm sure I'll be. My wife will love to hear all this.
Yes, I'm on the wife's side this time. Do you have all of your estate planning done, Bob?
Yeah, more or less, just need to update it.
Do you have life insurance that's floating around? Anything like that?
I do have. We do have 2 term life. One should end by the time I leave my job. So
Okay.
that covers both of us. That will end. So that's actually the other question. Do you think I should consider transitioning over from that term life to something else? But I didn't tell you I do have a second one that's going to be until like myself. I'll be like 71 years old.
No, you don't need anything else.
No.
Just let those. Yeah, you got plenty of money now, and you have your income now. In your pension option, in this $9,500 or $10,000 a month that you're going to be receiving, if you were to drop dead tomorrow, does your wife get some fraction of that, or is that a joint and full survivor benefit?
So no, that's the. I guess that's to maximize it. So she doesn't get anything unless I take up a less option. And I haven't thought about the other option. I was just thinking either through insurance or through whatever financial saving we have that should cover for her.
Why don't you find out but you should find out what the haircut would be to take a joint and survivor, because if it's not too much, it might be worth it for you, just because you guys are so young and she's so young.
So the number to that, I believe it should be around $7,500 if I decide to take the joint survivor option.
I might be interested in that. I really might be. Mark, what do you think? Like if it's 75 or $8,000 instead of 9,500 or 10,000, I think it might actually make sense just because they're so young. What do you think?
Yeah, I would certainly. If that's 100% survivorship, I would certainly give it real consideration.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you find out what the actual numbers are and then get back in touch with us. Just shoot us an email and we can help you out with that. Okay. Because I think it's certainly something to consider. So everyone listening to this, if you have a pension option, one of the things that's important is like, what would happen the day after if I drop dead, because what happens to the money? And so if you don't choose a survivor option, then the money just goes away. And it means that, as Bob said, you'd have life insurance to cover you. But again, you're so young, Bob, that the one-term life insurance expires. What's the other term life insurance amount that stays in place for another 20 years? Do you know what that amount is?
That should be about $1 million each.
Do me a favor. Go find out what the numbers are and let us know. Because the $1 million is great. We should find out, like, what is the cost of the life insurance? So I need to know the cost of the life insurance on you, not on her, but on you is the most important thing. And what the different pension options are. And we can do a quick, at least a back of the envelope calculation to say, maybe it's worth considering taking the smaller pension amount, and then you never have to worry about the life insurance coverage. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So check that out. Get back to us. And wish you the best of luck. Enjoy your time traveling. Go check out Florida, Texas. If you are considering whether or not you should move away to save taxes, I'm usually going to say no, but maybe for you it makes sense. Get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the Contact Us button, write us a note. Let us know if you want to come on the air by checking the box. Mark will do everything else. Hey, don't forget to sign up for the free weekly newsletter, which comes out every single Friday. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And of course, do something nice for someone else today. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.